be the Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
And welcome to another episode of Tales from the Parade Route. Tonight, we are joined by Tina Reinhardt, the captain of the Mande Milkshakers. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
So tell us a little bit about the origins of the Milkshakers. How did y'all, how the idea or the concept come together?
Well, it spawned from a night of girls hanging out, and a couple of friends and I were in my living room, hanging out, drinking wine, having fun, chatting. Mardi Gras was coming up. It was January. Everybody's very excited about carnival season. And we're like, oh, let's make up a dance. So we made up a dance to Milkshake by Khalees, which we all love. And we had so much fun doing it. When we were done, we're like, we could totally do this. We could start a marching group. And of course, we had seen the Muffaladas and the Stompers, for years when we went into the city to Mardi Gras parades. And we said, we could totally do this, right? And a couple of us had danced in high school and kind of longed for that excitement of dancing again in Mardi Gras parades. And so the idea just kind of like came to fruition that night. I mean, I had kicked it around for a couple of years. I even started a Facebook group for all my friends, just like, hey, if we did this, what do you think? But that night in January of 2017, the girls that were with me, they were like, yes, let's do it. And, they say, all good ideas don't start with the person with the idea, but they start with the people that sign on, Mm-hmm. And so when those ladies signed on, that was all I needed. I took the ball and I ran with it. And 3 weeks later, we were marching in our first Mardi Gras parade. So
wow.
We had kind of a whirlwind start. Yeah.
So how many years have you been together now?
So January 2017 was our first year marching. Okay. So this will be our sixth parade season. Let me see, 17, 18, 19. We did, so this is our fifth parade season because we did Floats in the Oaks last year.
Yeah.
No, 20 was our last parade season. 21 was Floats in the Oaks, and now 22. I missed a year there. So this is our sixth parade season.
I've still been confused.
Right. So this is our sixth parade season.
Well, I think the first time that I was introduced to y'all was in the Mandeville Christmas parade. It had to have been probably right around that time when y'all started, because I mean y'all took off once you started your crew. Y'all were everywhere.
Yeah.
Y'all marched in a lot of parades, not just on the North Shore, but also, down here in, in New Orleans and Metairie and, and all over the place. So
we went to Lake Charles.
Wow.
Yeah. We did. It was a whirlwind. We did that first Mardi Gras season, and the girls weren't ready to hang up the dots. They were like, Tina, what are we doing next? So here it is, April. There's not a parade to be found, and they want to do something. And so we're like, okay, let's take this show on the road. Let's do festivals. Let's start fundraising. Let's do this. Let's do that. And now it's just become part of the norm. So we go all over North Shore, South Shore. We've gone as far as Lake Charles. This year we'll be going out to Morgan City for a parade. The girls love to travel. We had a trip planned to Dallas the year 2020, the year of the pandemic. So the girls are dying for me to, get that one back up and running. So yeah, they want to travel, they want to go, and they just love being in DOTS. And we love promoting, our brand and our image, and we love having fun. And, anything we can do as Mande Milkshakers, we're going to do it.
You mentioned travel. Something that's, I would say, is pretty synonymous with y'all is the big red bus that y'all travel in. You know, I thought that was really creative to have a red school bus.
That's kind of our signature. So yes, Dottie, we call her Dottie. And so she's big red bus with big white polka dots on it. And she goes with us wherever we go. It's wonderful. It's another one of those things. I'm a big dreamer. The girls like to tease me because I'm the one with all the big ideas. And all I need is for someone to say yes, and I'm on it. And so one day we were sitting around talking about, you know, everybody's got their support vehicle with their, you know, their porta potty and their speakers that kind of follows behind them. And we had tried our hands at, you know, kind of creating what looked like almost like a small do-it-yourself kind of float. And we did that the first and second year, and it was nice. But I really wanted something bigger that we could use, and especially because we're from the North Shore, so we do a lot of traveling. And so we started looking at school buses, and I told the board and I told the girls, I said, I'm thinking we should buy a school bus. And they were like, yeah, sure. Okay. Thinking that it would be, you know, somewhere down the road. And like 3 days later, I had a school bus. And I was telling the girls, okay, here's your red paint. Let's paint the school bus. And so we did. We all went out in the middle of a field one weekend and painted her red and slapped those vinyl polka dots on her. And the rest is, as they say, history.
So I'm sure you all show up at the parade route, you know, completely sober, having traveled a long way and this and that. I don't know y'all's routine. But
well, another benefit of having the big red bus, having Dottie, is that we don't ever have to worry about getting to and from events. So the girls, we do partake and we have a great time.
I would hope so. You know, I mean, you're not going to go. You don't have to drink that far, but you know, you can always drink during Mardi Gras. To me, it's part of the
right.
deal,
I mean,
you know?
we walk a fine line here in this city. You know, these days, of course, everybody wants to be very responsible and promote responsibility, but you know, there's no shame in our game. We like to drink like the next person. Not all of our girls drink, but a lot of us do, and we have a good time.
So these long road trips, how does that work out? You know, if you go to say Dallas, for instance, that's a long road trip to get off the bus with a bunch of girls. I mean, I'm sure y'all are professional, don't get me wrong, but y'all have to be about, ooh, let's go, let's do this thing. You know?
You know, we do, but we honestly just enjoy our time together. We enjoy each other's company, and the rides, believe it or not, are almost just as fun as what we're doing when we get there. It's the party starts when everyone meets at my house, you know, because everybody meets at my house, Mandy Central, to get on Dottie. And that's really when the party starts. You know, you can kind of relax. You don't have to worry about anything else. You're dressed, you're ready to go. We get on that bus and we crank up the dance party music, and we're having a good old time the whole way there. And then, you know, on the way home, it's usually a little quieter, but there's still some music and there's always singing. I have a great video on our Instagram page of us heading into town for the Sugar Bowl parade, and we're singing Hooked on a Feeling. And it's just a great example of just, you know, what we do when we're on the bus. We really do. If anybody ever played a high school sport or was on a dance team or cheerleading team in high school and had to take those long bus trips to away games, you know what I'm talking about. That bus feeling, it never really goes away. You know, even as a adult, you put a bunch of people on the bus that you enjoy your time with, and you're going to have a good time. And we do. We have a very good time.
How many is in your group?
So we have about 60 girls that are active this year. And I know your next question is, can we fit everybody on the bus? No, we can't fit everybody on the bus.
Well, I figure y'all couldn't make every
so
event, you know.
it's usually like Hunger Games. You know, we have people that have to ride the bus, like the milkmen have to ride the bus because they have to be able to be there immediately and set up the speakers and whatnot. But the rest of the seats that are left over, we post on our for our members, and it's like a first come first serve, and it's like Hunger Games. It sells out like that.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
has a
for the
great
bus.
time.
I mean, so I assume you typically parade with, what, I don't know, 40 people or something like that. I mean, how does that work out?
I mean, honestly, anything less than 60, and I'm a little disappointed, you know, because I like the way our group looks at 60. We actually operate in 3 different squads. We have the pearls, and we have the dots, and we have the caboose. So 3 different squads of 20 girls. And we will actually perform 6 routines together. And then one group rotates out and actually gets on the bus for a rotation. They're using the bathroom, they're touching up their makeup, they're resting, they're getting water, anything they need attention. They're kind of dealing with. The milkmen are, a lot of times it's super chaotic on the bus. We're singing and dancing, and girls are hanging out the windows and interacting with people. But then once their 3 songs are up, they're off the bus and they're rotating back in for the next group to rotate out. So the reason why I really like the way our group looks at 60 is for 20 girls to rotate out, we still have 40 on the street, you know? And so it just looks really good. It doesn't look like we're missing a whole lot of people or that we're a small group. We, of course, start and end every parade. And then when we get to the grandstands, usually around the middle, everybody's out there. But in the beginning and the end, towards the first half middle and the second half middle is when we're doing the rotating and giving girls like a break. And we get that idea from the Stompers. They rotate, they have their A and their B squad. And to me, for us, what that does is it allows us to give the same performance, because we dance, the entire time. And I know a lot of groups say that, but we full out dance the entire time. There's no rest songs. There's no marching or just walking songs. If we're not dancing, we're usually on the bus, and there are people out there that are dancing. So it allows us to be able to give that same high energy, full performance at the beginning of the parade as we do at the end of the parade, or at the end of the parade as we do the beginning of the parade. So we want people on Canal Street or East Approach over here to see the same, dances and that same energy level that they would see if they were on Magazine or 22 over here. So
tell us how the costume fully came into the design, I guess.
Okay, so that too is kind of an evolving idea. I'm a transplant, shocker, born and raised in Metairie, Generation X, so product of 2 working parents, latchkey kid. And so when I met my husband, who's from Mandeville, and his family from Mandeville, when I met them, his mom is a stay-at-home mom. And so this idea of Mandeville being this, quiet, beautiful, picturesque, community right here by the lakefront with stay-at-home moms and, just that middle-class lifestyle. That's what kind of stuck in my head as what life in Mandeville was going to be like, And so when I made the leap and got married and moved over here, that's kind of, what I attributed, or that's what I set my goal at, what I wanted to do. And I did. I stayed home for a little while until I went back to school. And of course, we love the neighborhood that we live in. And we love the idea of just being, super involved in family and your kids and your husband and you're just family all around. And so when we talked about this marching group that would represent Mandeville and all of its picturesque wholesomeness, that idea of the 50s housewife, the 50s housewife was what I envisioned, with the pearls, the Mardi Gras bead pearls. And I'd even kind of thought at some point maybe we would have like a little dustbuster or a little, something. But that got vetoed, and we want to keep our hands free anyway. We don't need a prop. But that's where the idea comes from, is just this idea of Mandeville being kind of the anti-big city, right? Or the opposite of the big city. And just, kind of trying to harken back to a simpler time and refocusing on, family. We include our family in a lot of things that we do. And we even refer to ourselves within our organization as the Mande family. So all the milkmen are husbands or partners of the girls. And during the more family-friendly parades, like you'll see them on Mardi Gras Day, our kids are with us. Our kids are with us, like Southeastern Homecoming and Christmas Parade. So the family-friendly, appropriate stuff, we love bringing the kids. My youngest, my 7-year-old, is even in the I Want to Do That coffee table book that they put out last year. If you look at the Mande Milkshakers picture in there, that's my son Grant Matthews standing right behind me, just bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and having the time of his life in the middle of the parade. Even though he's been doing this since he was 2 years old, I think he's smitten with parading just like the rest of us.
Well, speaking of parading, I know that y'all have a special parade that y'all are doing this coming week.
We do. Thank you for bringing that up. So we have our Mande King's Day parade, and I know what you're thinking. King's Day is January 6th. Yes, we know that. Nothing's different over here in Mandeville. It was originally supposed to be on the 8th, but we had issues like everyone else is dealing with right now, where we just had kind of too much going on within our own organization. Following the Christmas and New Year's holidays, we had a couple of girls come down with the Omicron COVID. Thankfully, everybody, recovered and everything's doing well, but we just thought it would be best to allow for the community spread, just hopefully, settle down, to push it back to the 22nd. And I'm so glad that we did. Although it looks like it might snow, it's still been beautiful weather. Like the sun has been out. It's been absolutely gorgeous. So I think it's going to be a beautiful day for a parade. So it's the Mande King's Day parade, and it's going to be this Saturday, January 22nd. And we're going to kick off at 2:00 on the Mandeville Lakefront. We basically parade from the harbor down to Girard Street, and then we turn up Girard Street and end at the Mandeville Trailhead. So it's so fun. It's a walking parade. We're going to feature some local high school bands and dance teams. And, we're going to get our new routines out there on the street and debut them for everyone. And then after the parade, we invite everyone to join us at the trailhead for king cake tastings. We have king cakes donated from all these area bakeries that have donated various types of king cakes. We're going to have a bead of beer out there with beer for everybody and root beer for the littles. And Louisiana Seafood is sponsoring shrimp jambalaya too. So, food, king cake, music, Mande Milkshakers, beautiful Saturday afternoon. What more can you ask for?
That sounds awesome.
That's all I asked for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally all I asked for: seafood, king cake, and a parade.
There you go. We got you
Pretty good
covered.
with that, I'm very familiar with Mandeville as being one of the luckies that gets to drive the bridge every day, because I live over here but work over there. But it was gorgeous today. I hope y'all get that kind of weather, because
Oh, I know.
y'all will be full all around.
Yeah. Don't you just love that drive across the bridge? Do you love it? I love it.
I've done it every day for 14 years. I can't stand it anymore.
Oh, I find it so.
I don't really mind it, honestly. The only time, so recently I worked from home like everybody else, and I was like, why am I taking that drive? So like now I don't like it. Before I didn't care at all. I'd get in the car, especially like you know, with my job, I'm kind of burnt out at the end of the day. So I get to come home, just turn off my brain, take the bumpy road, and I'm good. By the time I'm over here, I'm okay. I'm, you know, back to myself, you know.
Yeah, well, that was kind of my point about the drive. You know, nobody likes it when there's traffic, obviously,
No.
but when you don't have any traffic and you're just going, it's very meditative, you know, just that soothing, the look of the lake and the impending horizon. I kind of zone out and I think about and I decompress and I just kind of think about all the things I got to do. It's not like I'm home in 5 minutes and then I got to immediately start my second job, you know, being mom, and cooking dinner and homework and all that. I get the 30 minutes just to kind of like,
But
so
when you get home, then you put on this outfit and become a housewife, then, right?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm doing all the chores and homework in as read. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What other parades are y'all marching in this year?
We have a full lineup from Poseidon, which is the first parade for Mardi Gras, Poseidon and Slidell on
Right.
February 12th, starting with Poseidon and then going all the way through Irish Italian season. We will be parading every weekend for 6 weeks straight.
Nice.
Wow, that's awesome.
We are so excited. Yeah, we're going to be in Poseidon, and then we come home for Eve the following weekend, and then Olympia and Covington and Carrollton, Uptown. So amazing. And then the following weekend, we do Celine and Slidell, and then Tux Uptown. And then we're going to Morgan City on Lundi Gras for their first year parading Crew of Hera. And then Mardi Gras Day will be in Covington for Covington Carnival Parade. And then that weekend, Crew de Pooch here in Mandeville. And then the following weekend is when we have all of our St. Patrick's Day stuff start. So it's going to be an amazing month and a half.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely one where you can put your Fitbit on and and like max it out
Get it all
like
live for the year.
yeah.
Huh? Like,
Yeah. Well, we got to work off all that king cake. We
Right.
got to work off all the king cake. I told the girls on our team meeting the other night, I said, okay, you got 3 weeks to get your affairs in order, spend time with your family, because after that, for the next 6 weeks, your butts are mine, ladies.
Do you know what the distance is on a given like Mardi Gras season, what y'all march? We do. We actually have a patch that we give to the girls at the end of the season. It's called the 55-mile patch. And so the only girls that get it are the ones that do every single parade. And so if you do every single parade, give or take, it's about 55 miles of dancing that they do. Yeah.
Jeez.
So
And like marathon runners, they brag, but they're not even dancing.
Yeah,
They're going half the
right, they're just
distance.
running.
Yeah.
Well,
They're
when
going
you-
half the distance too.
when you're adding on the fact that you're dancing, I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it, when y'all are dancing, you're not just dancing in a straight line. Y'all are spreading out across the whole road and then crisscrossing back, and it's not just a straight walk for y'all.
Right, and
I'd
even
be
when-
surprised if it was
Oh,
even more than that.
well, the steps,
what I mean?
the steps are different. Yeah, no, the miles are one thing. The steps are different. Yeah. So I don't know, the steps are in the thousands and that or in the 100,000s, because on an average parade day, I mean, I've seen girls like to send in the screenshots of their Fitbits, and I've seen girls turn in 14,000, 17,000 steps,
Wow.
during a parade. Oh yeah. So we're averaging 10 to 15,000 steps per parade. So yeah.
I know that some of the dance teams have started handing out like a special, whether it be like a decorate, like one of the custom decorated items, or a doubloon, or something along those lines. Do y'all have something like that?
We do. Hold on one second. We do. We started this in 2020. It's small, but it's special. It's our little Mande Milkshaker logo on a little pin.
All
So
right.
it's just a little pin. And yeah, we just give those out all along the parade route. We have like 5,000 of them. So there's plenty to go around to everybody.
I'm getting one.
It's a hot ticket.
Red. Here's your pin. Shut up.
Well, really, you have to accost the milkmen to get it because I'm busy dancing. I'll blow you a kiss and throw some confetti at you, but I won't have any pins on me.
That's a deal.
So throughout the entire interview, you've kind of mentioned here and there special events outside of parades that y'all do. I know that y'all do a lot of social work and social aid work. Tell us a little bit about some of the projects that y'all do.
Like I said, in the beginning, Mardi Gras was over, St. Patrick's Day was over, and the girls weren't ready to hang up the dots. They wanted to do something. And I mean, the Mandeville community, the St. Tammany community really welcomed us with open arms. I mean, we started a Facebook page that first year, and within 2 months, we had 3,000 followers. So it was really quite impressive. I couldn't even believe how quickly everything spread. And so we said, you know what, let's use this kind of notoriety or this image for good. So let's become charity partners and help to do good in our community as a way to say thanks and to give back. And so that's really become a driving force for our members and for our organization. We have 4 pillars that really define everything that we do. Every decision we make, every event that we do are defined by these 4 pillars of fun, friendship, fitness, and philanthropy. And that's kind of just what we want to spread out there. And so we do. We will volunteer. We've volunteered with Special Little Miss every year, doing their parade and their pageant. We have done work with the Humane Society and Easter Seals and the Lacombe Recreation Department. We will do anything they ask of us to do, and we've partnered with them on many different occasions. Miracle League North Shore, Safe Harbor. We have main charity partners that we have specific fundraising events that we do for them in particular. So our shoe drive that we do every year, we collect new shoe donations and give them away for back to school shoes for children. So everybody can start the year off on the right foot with a brand new pair of shoes, right? Yeah. We have our Polka Dots and Pearls Ball, which is a debutante ball for our new members in September, but it's also a charity auction, and we donate all of the proceeds from the ball and auction to whoever our charity partner is, that year. The Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, we just did our 3rd year of that, and all that money goes directly to Safe Harbor. And the purpose of that event is to raise awareness for domestic violence and abuse in the community. And all the money goes directly to them. This year, we raised almost $12,000 in that one event for Safe Harbor. So we were so just over the moon about just the support from the community. And really, honestly, any issue having to do with, women or children is just right up our alley. We support it and we really kind of do everything that we can to help. It's the least we could do.
It always takes me back that, a group that's born to dance really, gets together and helps the community and really does so much good. You said you have 60 people and you just listed off 20 things or whatever the number is. And that's amazing. Hats off to you, because that's not why you were born. You were born as a group to go party, to go dance. But when you have a chance to help each other out and help your community out, and just getting out and doing it, I think it's a wonderful thing. So hats off to you.
But you're lucky enough to get to do something that really, speaks to you. It's something that you love to do, and and makes you a better person or allows you to, express a part of yourself that you don't get to do in your everyday life. When you're lucky enough to be able to do that, you want to say thank you and you want to give back. And this group means so much. I hear all of the time the girls talk about how much the group means to them and how much, they were stagnant or, just kind of, not really feeling themselves or wanting to do something different. And so they auditioned for the Mande Milkshakers and how it's added so much excitement and joy to their lives, not just them, but them and their husbands and their children. And so they're so thankful and so blessed to have the opportunity to do that. They love being out there. They love celebrating. They love helping. I can't explain it. It still amazes me to this day that this thing even exists. I get to do this amazing thing. It amazes me every day, even though I work every day. Like, it is a full-time second job, keeping an organization this size going. And people say, oh, you'll do so much stuff. The girls get bored when I don't have stuff for them to do. They're like, we took a break over the holidays, like from November to December. And they were like, when are we getting back together? When's the next thing? And I was like, calm down. They love it, but it's another advantage to having a 60-person group. You can have something planned almost every weekend. And we do, we mostly have something to do every weekend. But you can have something planned every weekend and it doesn't feel like too much of a burden on any one person, because you'll have a handful of girls do something this week and then another handful of girls do something next week.
Yeah, and I'm sure leading up to Mardi Gras, I'm sure you're working on your new routines together and all that, so even that's more time together, and you have to do it at some point. It sounds like y'all are so busy, I'm not sure how you even squeeze it in, but
we've been
March, I mean, y'all are in time, y'all know what y'all's doing, so
yeah,
I'm sure y'all practice.
We do. We've been, so the girls actually choreograph the dances every year. And so while our new members are going through their audition process over the summer, so our audition process lasts 2 months. It goes from June, all of June and all of July, and then they have their final audition the last Sunday of July. So it's a 2-month process. But while the girls are going through that process, the new members, my existing members are actually creating a bevy of routines that they audition to the group to be next year's parade routines. And so we have a fun day where we all get together at the Mandeville Trailhead, and my vets get on stage and show us their routines that they want to be a parade routine next year, right? So we'll have 20 routines that the vets are showing us, and it's such a fun day. It's super rowdy. Girls are catcalling each other, and it's so much fun. It's literally one of my funnest things of days of the year. But from those 20 routines, we usually narrow it down to 5 or 6. And then so we start practicing our new parade routines in August. So we've been working on these routines since August, and the girls are dying because they're not allowed to do it in public or show anybody. So until King's Day. And so they are just dying, chomping at the bit to show everybody our new routines because they love them. And it's so exciting every year. Everybody gets so excited about the new routines.
Do y'all come up with a different, I don't know, theme or anything for your group each year? Or there's a lot of people use King's Day as that, the day when, well, this year we're the revelers or whatever,
Right.
Do y'all have anything like that? Or is it sort of?
No, one of the things that we love as a group is we absolutely love karaoke. And so when we pick out our parade routines or potential parade routine list, so I'll give the girls a list of songs and I say, okay, it can be any one of these songs, and they kind of pick and they whatever. But it's the theme is, and this is the theme every year, it is sing along songs right? That's what you got to do.
Wait,
So
I'm sorry,
and-
we had a quick hiccup on. So what was the theme? Sing along.
So our theme is sing along songs that everyone knows, because what we want is we want the crowd singing at the top of their lungs the song as we're dancing by, because we're probably singing the song too as we're dancing.
Yeah.
But we've done some greats over the years. Don't Stop Believing, Sweet Caroline, I Love Rock and Roll. I'm trying to think of some of my favorites. What's the John Cougar Mellencamp? Hurt So Good. Love that song. I Want You to Want Me. There's a great AC/DC one that we did too. Shook Me All Night Long. So just great songs that, you're like, oh man, and you just want to sing at the top of your lungs. So, and we do a mix of genres, right? So, and I always try to mix it up. I like to have like an oldie song and a rock song and a hip hop song. I like to mix it up. So we're kind of meeting everybody where they are,
Yeah.
Those are
everybody.
sort of general crowd pleasers anyway. Everybody knows those songs. I mean,
Yeah.
Just get on it, get on the bandwagon and sing along.
So I've seen a video of it happening once or twice. I know that y'all have, I would almost say, a royalty per se that you crown at the end of every year. I believe it's called the Milk Queen. Is that correct?
Yes. We just told the girls about it at our last team meeting. It's that time of year. We have about 8 girls, I think, who have self-nominated to run for Milk Queen this year. It's our annual campaign. So, every year as a social media page, you just kind of got to run a campaign and I've let everybody know we're still here. We're parading. Come see us at the parades. And we want to kind of get to that next level of likes. We're about to cross 10,000, the 10,000 threshold. We're at like 9,500, I believe, or right under 9,500 as of right now. And so, we know we're going to get to that 10,000 threshold. Our goal is to get to 1,100. Is it 11? I can't remember.
11,000.
11,000. That's what it is. 11,000. Our goal is to get to 11,000. So if we get to 11,000, the girl with the most votes gets crowned Milk Queen at the end of Mardi Gras. So it's usually our last Mardi Gras parade. We pull right over at the end of the route and pour 2 gallons of milk over her head for her coronation ceremony. And it is the best. And they are such good sports. And the videos always come out absolutely amazing. But we do make sure that she does not ride the bus home, wherever it is that we are. So, yeah, it's our special little fun thing that we like to do every year.
So you mentioned social media. Where can people follow the Milkshakers?
Well, we have it all. We have Facebook.com/Mande Milkshakers. We're Mande Milkshakers on Twitter and Instagram. And we have a TikTok where, we're trying to get in the TikTok game. So bear with us on that. But we also have a TikTok, Mande Milkshakers. And then we have our website, MandeMilkshakers.com. So there's no shortage of places to find out what's going on with the Mande Milkshakers.
And I know that on your social media, y'all are super active with your account. It's not like, it's only active for 3 months of the year or whatever. At least once or twice a week, you're seeing an update come across from y'all. And, I could be completely undershooting that number, because I always see y'all throughout the year updating, whether it's, posting about special events like we talked about, whether it be just posting of practices, when y'all are getting to the parades and on the way to the parades. I want to say, didn't y'all also do one of the right at the beginning of the lockdown? I know there was a bunch of groups that were doing like where they'd have a brush and they'd brush it over the screen, and like it would be like a normal, in normal garb, and they'd do the brush over the screen or something like that.
Yeah.
And when you come back, you're in your
Dressed
gear.
up.
Were y'all one of them who
So,
did that?
first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for noticing. Our social media manager, Debbie, is going to be over the moon that you notice, because she does put a lot of hard work into managing our social media accounts. It's a lot of work, choosing, curating the right images and creating the right graphics and music to go along with, something that's really going to catch people's eye, but not kind of hold them hostage for too long so they just scroll past. It's a delicate balance. And so Thank you for noticing that. But it is something that we pay attention to. It's the times that we live in, right? If you want to spread your brand, and by spreading our brand, that's more good that we can do in the community, right? The more people that know about us, the more money we can raise and the more good we can do in the community. So it's important to us to do that. And we do. She posts something, like you said, 2 or 3 times a week, every single week. And if it's holiday, she's got something for the holiday posted. We do monthly birthday videos.
Yeah. I was about to say, I know y'all do birthdays every
That's
every
what you're
month.
noticing is when the girls do the quick change challenge. That's what that is. For when the pandemic first started, we actually took a little time off on social media in general, about a month, because we wanted to focus on our members and not so much our appearance. And so we just kind of looked within and did, member things through Zoom and stuff to kind of keep morale up member wise. But then when we did get back out there in April, we hit the ground running with a social media campaign where we fed the hospital workers here at Lakeview, St. Tammany, and North Oaks and Hammond.
Wow.
So we raised, I don't even remember what that was, like $6,000, I think, virtually, in order to feed them for a day. So, we were super proud of that. And of course, we did all the thank yous for social media. And then we actually did a virtual telethon in August, where we just had content for like 6 hours. Girls kind of came on and we did our own kind of laugh-in / Saturday Night Live Dandy-thon with girls just doing silly stuff. But we had such a great time, and we were able to raise money for that too. So, my job to my members during the pandemic was to, keep them safe. Obviously, we shut down, we didn't do anything in person, but also to keep their morale up, because this, like we said, this group does mean a lot to, people's social, emotional well-being. And that was such a crazy, anxious, anxiety-filled time that, what we really needed to do was keep our members active online, virtually, do whatever we could. So we did scavenger hunts, we did game nights via Zoom, we did cocktail hours, we even did a virtual Thanksgiving where I played like a Kahoot with them. And if you don't know what Kahoot is, I'm a teacher in my other life, my alter ego. And so Kahoots are these things that teachers play with their students in the classroom, where they have to like answer questions and they earn points or whatever. We did that with our members for Thanksgiving with like Thanksgiving trivia. Everybody had a blast. So, we were just constantly looking for creative ways to keep everybody in and engaged, and, for even just 30 minutes or 40 minutes or an hour, however long we were on the computer, to get their minds off of all the other crap that was going on outside,
Yeah. So, do y'all have any special stories or like a memorable event that really sticks out as
I really want to do that again.
Yeah,
There any particular parades that or routes that you like the most?
As a Metairie girl, born and raised, and the magic of Uptown Mardi Gras my entire childhood and life. The first time we marched uptown and, you round that corner onto Napoleon and you're coming on to St. Charles Avenue and Sweet Caroline is blaring from these speakers behind you. I turned over my right shoulder and looked at one of my oldest friends that I've had for 20 plus years. And I looked at her and she looked at me and she says, "We're on St. Charles Avenue." And I just, lost all composure. I started crying because that's me. Like, that's what I do, right? I don't cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm so, over, like I have goosebumps right now, just even thinking about it. When I'm so overcome with the moment, I'm so overcome with the moment that I can't keep it inside, it just all comes bursting out of my face. And so that was a very memorable moment for me, that first step on St. Charles Avenue and hearing, I don't even know what, 20,000 people singing Sweet Caroline.
Right. Yeah.
There is just no better feeling in the world. I love my children. The day they were born, it was pretty awesome. The day I married my husband was pretty awesome, but Sweet Caroline on St. Charles Avenue, I don't know. That's really high up there.
I think we found a winner. So here on Tales from Prairie, we pride ourselves on asking the tough questions. So I have to ask you, is a Frosty from Wendy's a milkshake, or does that count?
Oh, geez, Louise.
I'm playing.
I thought you actually wanted me to answer that.
Go ahead.
I would think if you can drink it, I guess it's a milkshake, right? So
gotta let it melt
I think it depends on how hard you suck.
I suck up pretty hard. That's what everybody says. Like, you really suck hard. Damn,
right.
We gotta work on that.
Right.
So I want to thank you again for coming on to the show for us and telling us about the story behind the Milkshakers. I want to remind everybody again that y'all's parade this Saturday. On Mandeville
2:00 we'll be parading down the lakefront.
Yep. And then again it goes up Gerard to the trailhead.
And we're gonna have king cake and shrimp pastelaya and a beat of beer and all the goodies.
Try to.
Gonna be a great time.
There,
yeah. So I look forward to being to seeing y'all out there. And I hope to see all of our listeners and fans out there as well. So
me too.
Again, thank you for coming on. Signing out. We'll see you on the route.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Go on shaking.